Hello guys, I welcome you all to our today's session on discussion on Maharashtra history. So we have started with the part of equality movements in which we have completed labor movement and Dalit. Today we are going to move a step forward towards women movements. Okay, so let's start the discussion on this particular topic, that is women's liberation movement. Okay, let's start the discussion on this particular part. Now, see guys, we'll go back or trace the history to Vedas. Okay, during the Vedic age. Okay, during the Vedic age. What is the status of male and women? Okay, male were generally considered equal to that of woman. Okay, women were considered equal to that of men. Okay, they participated in almost all the activities. Okay, but what happened after some times? You can say in later Vedic age. Okay, or you can say the age where Manu has written a book, a law book called as Manusmriti. Since then, what happened? The status of woman degraded in comparison to males. Or you can say women became subsidiary to men. Why this particular thing happened? Okay, we are going to see this. But how I can say that women were less than male? Because male started to put, or society started to put some restrictions on women. Okay, they were kept inside houses. Okay, they generally kept inside houses when there was a foreign raid. When foreigners came and raided the territory, they were kept inside the houses. Okay, now why such drastic change happened? Okay, why the position of this woman, or why the position of woman degraded? Why? Okay, we'll see this particular thing. First, initially, let's start. So initially, you can say in some part of India, there was a system called as matriarchal system. Okay, what do you mean a matriarchal system? It is a simple fact where women were having the superior position than men. Okay, where women were having superior position than that of men. This is called as matriarchal system in simple terms. Okay, however, with the processing of human civilization, as the human civilization went forward, okay, and there came a concept called as division of labor concept. As this concept came, it changed the whole dynamics. Okay, it changed the position of the woman. Okay, other reason, one of the reason was this particular thing. What was the other reason? Okay, second reason was rapid developments in use of fire, weapons, and what you can say tribal welfare. Okay, in order to accommodate these all things, what men did, men became aggressive. Okay, and also they all humans, you can say, they were in struggle with both nature and enemies. Okay, and in this particular scenario, what males did, males took the responsibility of protecting the women. Okay, they took the responsibility of preserving and protecting women. Okay, now what they said, in order to do this, what they want is control. They want control on each and every aspect, okay, of woman. That is, they wanted a control on woman. Okay, so this was a scenario where women gave control to the males. Okay, and then again the natural calamities, you can say, the human atrocities, you can say, all this made their condition very vulnerable. Okay, natural calamities, because males took the responsibility to protect them. So what women did, they gave everything. They trusted males to such an extent that they gave everything. Okay, all the what you can say protective schemes were relied only on males. That's why natural calamities and human atrocities have made their condition vulnerable, worst you can say. Okay, and at this point of time, what females needed now, they needed a strong support of for their security. Okay, and this dependency or this support, what it did, it made them slaves. I hope you're getting the story. I hope you're getting the context. Whatever we are discussing, how women were made slaves. We are discussing. Okay. Now, here what happened? Men over here became master of everything, master of finances. Okay. And what about women? Women had to be dependent on men for even the basic necessities. Okay. So you can say it was a time when society has accepted males as the breadwinner of the societies. Okay. But still, women were not given this particular status. They were considered just a homemaker or a housewife, nothing more than that. Okay, so woman-related evils also started to rise. Okay, when males died, this see everything was of the woman was dependent on male. Correct. So once this male dies, this woman was very vulnerable. Okay, now society used to treat her very differently. Evils related to women started over here. Okay, means you can say what they used to do is practice of the what it is called sati, no, sorry, wrong word I have used over here. The practice of sati and all. Now, due to this particular thing, even every parent, what they wish they could have a male child than a female child. Okay, this also reduced the what you can say importance or image of the female. Also, if the woman was born, she was considered as a liability. Okay, and the fathers thought that as soon as we marry the woman, we are freed from the liability. Okay, so early marriages or child marriages, then the concept of dowry, all such women related affairs started to gain importance or gain prominence. Okay, and this all things when they came in the society, what they did, they have worsened the conditions. Okay, even this was to such an height. I'm talking about the early marriages. Even a young woman, okay, a young woman was married to an old man. Why? Because he's just doing a favor by marrying a lady. It was considered at this point of it was considered this at that point of time. You can see how biased the society was. Okay, what they were thinking about the female. And then once she was married, a woman was considered a labor to serve in laws. Okay, this was the condition. This was the things have become. Okay, I hope you're getting this particular thing. Okay, again I'll give a short context of what we have discussed. Okay, because I have entered so many points, and that's why it may have broken your link. That's why I'm discussing. Initially, you can say males were equal to females. Okay, but in later Vedic times, or you can say once with the augmentation of Manusmriti, what happened? Their status changed. There was a biasness in this particular status. Okay, so how I can say why I'm concluding or why I'm stating this particular statement, just what you can say backing for this particular statement is initially you can say the position of women was equal to that of men. Okay, or you can say even more than men. This system was called as matriarchal system, where women are given more importance. Okay, but what happened was with the change in human civilization or progress in human civilization, or you can say with the concept of division of labor, what happened? The position of women degraded. This was not the only reason. What was the other reason? The second reason was the rapid development in fire, weapon, and tribal welfare. Okay, in order to opt these things, men's become aggressive. Okay, and second, struggle of nature. There was also a problem of struggle of nature and enemies. Okay, males. What they did at this point of time, they decided they will take the responsibility of protecting everyone, but they said that they will be protecting and preserving everyone, including the women. Okay, but what they said in returns, what they want to control. Okay, what they want to control. They need to control the activity. Then women gave them this particular right, stating that we are protected. Then what more effect it could cause? This was the basic analysis what they had in their mind. Okay, but natural calamities and human atrocities, because once you got to know that you are under someone, then you are taken as a granted thing. Okay, so what happened is with which natural calamities? and you can say human atrocities, their condition become vulnerable. And now, at this point of time, they wanted a strong man to protect themselves. Means they wanted to completely throw their responsibility or throw themselves on someone else. Okay, and this transformed them to become a slave. I hope you're getting this. Okay, men became the master of finances and every activities, whereas women now depended on males for even their basic necessities. Okay, then the marriage of boys was encouraged, whereas the marriage of birth of boy was encouraged and the birth of women were degraded. It was not celebrated in the society. Why? Because birth of a girl child was considered as a liability on the parent. Okay, and this parent was very eager to give away this particular liability or to carry the early marriages, which start early marriages or child marriages. Okay, unequal marriages also started. Means what? A young lady was married to an old man, which would have destroyed her whole life. Okay, so this was the scenario about the woman, the condition of the woman at this point. Okay. Now, what happened with this particular things? The need for their upliftment arose. Okay. Then how beginning of this particular thing, how it took place. Okay. We're going to see how the beginning of reforms of women started. Okay. See what happened. We came under the British rule. What British rule did? As soon as we have entered into the British rule, they introduced a great thing to us. What was it? That was European education and culture. Okay, why they gave this? Because they wanted Indians by body, but Britishers by blood. Means what they wanted Indians who are Britishers in their true asset, in simple terms. Okay, or just they wanted laborers to carry day-to-day administration. And for this particular purpose, what they did, they trained Indians with this particular values. Now, when Western education came to India, Indians became Westernized, or you can say they became modernized. Okay, and this Westernization and modernization gave a great impact on Indian society. Why? Because this Western education with itself brought some ideas such as rationalism, that is idea of reasoning. You need to tell the reason of each and everything, whatever you're doing. Okay. Then it got the freedom of liberalism. Okay. Then it got freedom, etc. Okay. So when education came and it led to the new ideas, development of new ideas in the society. These ideas brought new intellects, and this gave birth to a new class called as social reform, who helped the society to get rid of all evils. I hope you're getting the story. What I said, European education was introduced in India. Why this was introduced? Just to educate the Indians and use them to carry out day-to-day administration. Okay, but when this education came to India, what it did, it brought with itself some values such as rationalization, the art of reasoning, liberalization, freedom, fraternity. These all values came to India. Due to this, India became westernized or modernized. Okay, in this modernized India, new ideas started to emerge. These new ideas lead to the development of new intellects, and these intellects took the responsibility on themselves to reform the society, and so they are called as social reform. What was the aim of the social reformers? To get rid of whatever evils are present in the society. I hope you're getting this particular thing. Okay, so their aim, what was the main aim of the social reformers? Their main aim was to uplift the woman and remove the injustice. Okay, and what they said, if you want to do both these things, which thing should be given priority? Okay, they should be first thing to remove or to uplift them. We need to aware them. We need to spread awareness about what exactly is the scenario with them, what is the condition. Okay, and to get them aware or to make them aware, what do you require? You require to educate them. Okay, so they said that we need to educate the women. We need to start first priority should be given to educate the women. Okay, then what they said, with education and proper awareness, or education or proper awareness is the only tool which could help women to fight for her rights. These are the only tools which could help women to fight for her own self rights. Okay, this was the ideology behind the social reformation movement. Okay, so who started this work? Okay, or who initiated this particular work of women liberalization or women upliftment? Okay, so this first work was started by Christian missionaries. So how did this Christian missionaries come to India? Everyone might be knowing the Act of 1813. What happened in the Act of 1813? In this particular act, the government of India or the British government, what they did, they allowed Christian missionaries in India. Okay, with this, Christian missionaries came to India, and also they have allotted 1 lakh per year for spread of education in India. Okay, so what happened at this point of time? Various organizations came to India to educate the females. Okay, such as American Marathi missions. Then you have church mission societies. They started to educate the society, or they started to reform the society through modern values or modern things, you can say. Okay, then a lady called as Margarita Wilson, who was supposed to be the wife of John Wilson. It is not important for us, but what she has done is she has opened 3 schools for girls in Mumbai. Okay, John Wilson. John Wilson, what he did, he opened 3 schools for girls in Mumbai. Okay, when you can say in 1839. And after his death, her wife Margarita carried forward his work. Another work was done by Mary Carpenter. Okay, also in the context of reforming the girls. Okay, then what reformers demanded? Reformers demanded there should be normal schools for girls. Where, to be specific, in Mumbai and Aurangabad, with aim what was the aim? Why they demanded this particular thing? Because they would be giving scholarships for girls. Okay, if they attend such particular schools. Okay, so you can say this was the starting or turning of the wheel for the woman upliftment. Okay, so in this particular section, we'll see only this much part. In the upcoming session, on the next session, we'll be discussing about the contribution of some male social reform. Okay, obviously, some males contributed to the development of the women's in India. In the next or the upcoming session, we'll be discussing about the male contributors to the development of this particular reform, of women reform. Okay, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this particular session. Do comment any suggestions if you want to give me in this particular context. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.